We're talking about another situation that popped off. We have Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard, when Portland Trailblazers played the Los Angeles Clippers a few days ago. Everyone was criticizing Lillard because he missed two potential game-winning free throws. He missed both of them. Patrick Beverly wasn't even playing, but he was on the bench clowning him. And he yelled out like, "Oh, Dame time!"
Yeah.
So and then on Bleacher Report's post about it, Patrick Beverly commented about the Trailblazers. He put Cancun on 3, like going on vacation. And then Paul George chimed in and he wrote, "And you getting sent home this year, respect." And then Lillard responded and said to Paul George, "Keep switching teams, running from the grind. You boys is chumps." And this was all in retaliation to the Bleacher Report post of Dame Lillard saying, "Oh, I've sent both those guys home before, so they know what it is, blah, blah, blah. They could talk whatever they want to talk. I sent them home," basically. So there's been tensions in the bubble, and I honestly think it's because it's basically like a prison. You're locked down, you're confined, and during normal circumstances, if you play a guy and you get into a heated battle with him or you're talking shit all game, you're not going to see them for, at least a few days at times, or maybe like a month.
Yeah.
And you're out. You're driving fucking home in your Bentley, or you're taking a flight home right away. So you get a lot of time to cool down. You're not around that guy. Now it's like fucking high school, where you get into like some beef with a guy in gym, and then you see his ass at lunch, and you're like, "Oh, he's right there." And then your boys hype you up. Be like, "Oh, you gonna let him say that?"
Yo, go sneak him. Go sneak him, bro. But yeah, bro, it's. You have your issue on the court, and then you could possibly see this guy playing pool or in the arcade or whatever else they got going on in the bubble. So it definitely, thankfully they did. Paul George and Dame reached out to each other, and they did squash their little thing. Because I don't know if you saw, it got even uglier than that. I think Paul George's girl and Dame Lillard's sister got into it.
Oh yeah, I saw Dame Lillard's sister, and she was like, "You married a whole stripper or some shit?"
Yeah, she was like, she took it extra. It was not basketball no more. It was like, "Bitch, your wife is out." It's like, oh, all right. So, I mean, they did reach out to each other. They did fix it, but this is going to make for interesting basketball going forward.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, the Portland doesn't have a chance to get into the 8 seed, so they could see the Clippers in the playoffs. But, I mean, who knows? Down the line, they might see each other, and it might get fucking intense. And that's what I want. I would love to see that matchup just because of this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, yeah, I love this NBA. Like, guys are on edge. Lillard, after his 61-point night just yesterday.
I was going to say, which one? This guy's fucking balling right now.
He's on fire. But he, right after the game, he was, like, cursing up a storm, saying put some respect on his fucking name. He did the baby, thing on Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Put some respect on my name.
Except he wasn't crying. He was, he held his emotions.
So, it's just crazy. And yeah, this might be the most animosity that Disney has ever seen.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because Disney's supposedly, like the happiest place on earth. And every time I've been to Disney, they basically have like a fucking parade like every few hours. And there's just no way you could be mad.
Yeah.
Even in that heat, you're just like, "Oh, look at fucking Mickey throwing fucking bubbles around."
Yeah. Now Disney's like, these motherfuckers ain't coming back. This is the last time we're doing this shit.
Where's that vaccine? So we'll see what happens, but shit is getting heated in the bubble. And yeah, this is not even playoffs. You already know the intensity goes up 10 more times in the playoffs. And, I just can't wait for the playoffs. And thank God these seeding games are about to be done. And next week we jump right into the playoffs. And yeah, who knows what the hell's going to pop off.
Yeah, you said it best, man, that this is going to make for good basketball, and now I feel like with Dame screaming out, "Put some respect on my fucking name," I feel like if they do hold on to that 8 seed, because they're in there now, he is going to come at the Lakers on some different shit. Yeah. And me personally, I don't think the Lakers have anybody that can guard him one-on-one. I mean, you're going to put LeBron on him? Not really, because then you're leaving Melo guarded by who, or CJ McCollum guarded by who.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. I've been waiting for this. I mean, basketball should have been over by now. So
Yeah.
we've been waiting for this for fucking months.
Yeah, definitely. And, even Dame Lillard got into it with Skip Bayless, too.
Oh, my God.
He got into it with Skip Bayless.
I didn't see this one.
Yeah, and supposedly they had a phone conversation that didn't end nicely, and, they went back and forth. And I was watching, like, Skip Bayless's, response on Undisputed with Shannon Sharp. And, he keeps just criticizing Dame Lillard, saying, just criticizing his game and, saying, what has he ever won? He said Dame Lillard kept telling him that he was one of the most clutch NBA players since he's been in the league. And, Skip Bayless keeps, like, disputing it. But whatever the case is, there's just a lot of fucking tension. And this makes for great entertainment and basketball. And yeah, we're eating this shit up. So if anybody wants to just fight, just go ahead.
Yeah, fuck it. Especially if you ain't in the playoff race. Fucking just punch somebody in the face. But that's another thing that you have time for in the bubble that you don't have. You wouldn't be on the fucking phone with Skip Bayless if he wasn't in the bubble.
Yeah, you'd be living your life. You'd be
like, fuck
with
Skip
your family.
Bayless. You probably wouldn't even know he said the shit.
Exactly. But now you're in your room. You played 10 games of 2K in a row. You did a little workout. You're like, let me just call this guy. I just want to fucking yell at someone.
Yeah, and you can't go in the hallway because Patrick Beverly and Paul George are out there. And it's like...
Yeah, this shit is crazy in the bubble. I didn't see this coming, but, when you think about it, it makes fucking sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. You put a bunch of grown men in fucking one place.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen.